Today I'm watching Buffy the Vampire Slayer Season 3, Episode 13. Episode 12 was Buffy's 18th birthday, and as we've seen in previous seasons, her birthday is not usually the best of times. We saw Giles was fired from his role as a watcher, and Buffy had to go through this test from the council, so I'm very curious to see if a new watcher will be in this episode. We were also introduced to a vampire named Zachary, who Buffy was able to kill during this test. Yeah, a really intense episode. I always feel bad during the birthday episode because it seems to just be horrible for Buffy, so hopefully next year will be better. Please no spoilers, but thank you so much for sharing and this first time watching with me. If you have any other suggestions for TV shows you think I should watch, please comment below. And if you want to have a say in what movies or TV shows I watch, be sure to join Patreon. And as always, please like, comment, and subscribe to this channel, and check back often for more awesome content. Giles is helping them fight. Oh, Faith is back. Yeah. Oh, God. So gooey.
And,
Xander? Hiding? Ever the brave one?
Good show, everyone. Just great.
Yeah, like the creatures look good. Like the makeup and stuff looks cool.
I hope not. They're way too fit.
I say bring.
Yeah, it seems like Buffy's got her strength back now.
hang back to the rear of the battle for your own sake.
Yeah, he's definitely like the B team.
Jimmy Olsen jokes are pretty much gonna be lost on you, huh?
Sorry.
Who's Jimmy Olsen?
Hey, Doug Tossmon!
Why does Xander think he's athletic now? Doesn't he have swim team practice?
Can I get you the soda?
Wow, to cut your face.
This guy looks 45 years old. Why is he threatening to cut people's face open?
That was a lot of fun. Too high to get over. Yeah. Remember that fun song?
Xander has interacted with other
We're gonna
humans
kick
before,
your ass
right?
till it's a brand new shape.
Oh my.
Slayer, werewolf, witches, vampires, and you're like this little nothing.
That is very true. He's not bringing a lot to the table.
Useless part of the group. You're the Zeppo.
What's a Zeppo?
Bugging me. This cool thing. But I mean, what is it? How do you get it?
Yeah, she phrased it that way. I didn't realize. Yeah, werewolf, witch, vampire, slayer.
Am I?
Is this whole episode just to prove that we need Xander and that he is relevant?
I mean, you got some identity issues. It's not...
The end of the world?
Nice segue. Qu'est-ce que c'est?
Sorry. I know I'm no longer your official watcher, but...
Yeah, they haven't sent a replacement yet either, so...
You're cutting it.
Does Giles get paid to be a watcher?
Well, you know me.
Oh, it's werewolf hour again. They put up towels for his bits. Oh, how courteous. Yeah, she's like, just tell me the results.
They intend to open the Hellmouth.
Oh, come on!
I need my Willow.
Aw, she is the best.
You girls need a lift?
This is how he's going to be cool. He's going to get a cool car. Not the worst plan I've ever heard of.
My thing. Is this a penis metaphor?
Hello.
It's like 2 glazed, 2 cinnamon.
Someone's got to get the coffee and donuts. It's a very important role, the snacks.
Yes, it is.
57 Chevy Bel Air.
Oh my. I hope it's named Evelyn. I don't know why, it's just a great car name.
Warm, sticky things.
Ew, Xander.
Would you like to go for a little drive?
I don't think that was a donut reference.
Thanks, Bob.
Graceful as always, yeah, can't fix that, yeah, for sure. Just getting in a car with strangers. I mean, I know he has, you know, snacks, but that's how they get you. They lure you in with treats.
Engine completely tricked out. The upholstery was kind of shot. So then I started seeing his friend.
See, she genuinely seems like she likes cars, and Xander just bought one.
82 V6.
Or borrowed one.
Tell them that.
He wants out of his date already?
But I
He's tired of talking about cars? He's not really the car guy? Gave up on this pipe dream.
Another drive.
Yeah, she's only interested in the car, Xander. Of course, it had to be this guy's car. Yep.
The end of the world.
Aha! They love to use that phrase.
Important thing is that we're all right and we can work this out like 2 reasonable frontiers.
That is a large knife. Start running, Xander. Start running.
She's called Katie. You gave it a girl's name. How very serial killer of you.
Haha!
I think we should be going.
Ah! He doesn't need both ears, right?
Stand up to me. Don't you feel pathetic?
I mean, when you say it out loud like that.
Fear. Who has the least fear?
You also have a knife, sir.
Who has the big, sharp?
Oh, there you go. Tables have turned.
What's going on? Nothing. Just wrestling.
Wrestling? Why do they keep calling it wrestling?
No. Just blowing off steam. Two guys wrestling.
We'll take your wheels.
What about your car?
Well, you smashed into it.
They ain't mine.
Oh.
Great, where to?
Oh my gosh. We used to call this the loser lap when you were a teenager and you just got your car, but didn't have anywhere to go, and you would just drive around town aimlessly with your friends.
The blood of the earth shall restore him.
He's trying to bring someone back to life? Oh god.
And he shall arise.
Yeah, it looks like he had a symbol on his necklace that looked like it was. Oh god.
Bob, you big hideous corpse.
Isn't that the guy from, we saw him in that? Oh, he's gonna stab him. Oh, well, I guess it doesn't matter. He's dead anyway. You're right, Xander is less freaked out.
I told you Grandpappy can work that mojo. Big Bob is back in action.
Yes!
The Frankenstein episode where they, like, build him piece by piece, he was a football player.
Maybe I should just let you guys catch up.
Bob, this is Xander.
Zombie Bob. Xander.
Are all your friends dead?
Xander, let's roll.
How long have I been down?
Oh, your friend's dead. A conversation for dinosaurs.
Catching up to do. Well, Walker, Texas Ranger. You been taping him?
Ever yet?
Walker, Texas Ranger.
Shall arise.
Dudes.
Is that Matthew Lillard? Oh, great. They're just driving around in his vintage car, bringing back all these zombies.
You stay out of trouble.
Good chance of that.
Xander! Motor!
Why does he somehow manage to find more trouble when he's not involved?
Man, there's something in the air. Stench of death.
That would be the corpses, yes. Aha! Pick up girls at Taco Bell.
Wipe them out after they threw you off the bridge.
Oh man, you guys.
This is something he does often, I guess. Just bring back his zombie friends.
You stay here and keep the motor running.
This time of night, I'm pretty sure nothing's open.
I don't think that's gonna stop them. Yep, they're dead. What are they gonna do?
But they're always open for crime.
Xander, what have you gotten yourself into?
Now I'm involved in crime. I'm the criminal element. Having a car sure is cool.
You're the getaway vehicle.
What are you doing here?
Nothing. Certainly not crime.
He has to stop calling it just crime. Yep, one last hug in case it's the end of the world. Aww. She doesn't tell him how the world's ending, but she tells him she loves him.
We need a wheelman.
Xander doesn't feel like he's part of the group.
No, it's just I'm kind of busy.
He doesn't.
It's interesting how he felt left out from the other group, and now this group is just using him.
Great. I want to be in the gang, sure.
He's fine with being used as long as he feels included, I guess.
You gotta die.
Cheese and rice. No! Oh my gosh, does that mean that bully is dead as well? What?
But I'm not dying to be in the gang.
Aha! It's quite the initiation process. Oh god, he is dead. I knew it. It's a lot of bullet holes.
Drive by 3 weeks ago.
I'm guessing he's not trying out for the swim team.
Body. I wasn't gone 10 minutes before he raised me. It's Rosh, man.
Who's this grandpappy? Oh, and the keys are actually in the car for once. That almost never happens. I don't think they actually mean cake.
Enough excitement for an evening.
Yeah. Get out of there while you can. I really hope Faith can move out of this motel at one point. Oh no. She does say that fighting has some side effects. Oh. Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no.
Pop?
You up for it?
Oh, I'm up.
Very subtle. Oh my.
I'm suddenly very up.
Oh my.
I've never been up with people before.
I was gonna say, is this Xander's first time? We don't know if him and Cordelia ever popped.
Just relax. Take your pants off.
Hello.
Those two concepts are antithetical.
Faith and Xander? Really? Oh my.
I'll steer you around the curves.
Did I mention that I'm having a very strange night?
Well, oh my. I did not think this would ever happen. I honestly thought Xander would probably die a virgin.
I got a shower.
Yeah, she's not much of a cuddler. Yeah, it's not a sleepover, buddy. Well, I guess there is advantages to living at a hotel. Oh! Oh, poor Oz. Yeah, I'm curious what these cake ingredients are. I somehow don't think it's flour and eggs. Yep, there we go. Is cake code for explosives? I also went to a hardware store for cake supplies.
It's the only way.
I can't watch you die again.
No, come on. Ah, my heart.
This is probably a bad time.
I feel like we've heard this, like, Hellmouth apocalypse situation before.
Okay, I can work this out. I just gotta figure out what they'd be like to bomb.
I definitely wasn't expecting a Xander-focused episode. He's usually in the background, so it's interesting to have him be the focus. They're already dead, so what is he trying to do?
Now I'm gonna ask you this once. Okay, you better pray you get the answer. Okay. How do I defeat?
Oh! Decapitate him with the mailbox.
Left out that whole middle part.
Yeah. Cut right to the questions. Okay, so it's in the school.
Where's the Slayer when you need one?
Ah! Oh my god!
My God, it's grown.
Yeah, I feel like we saw this monster before. Xander's off doing his own thing, totally oblivious to the zombie or the end of the world apocalypse. He's dealing with the zombies. Oh, wow! I feel like we saw this, yeah, with the prophecy and the master.
Now this is what I call fun.
Well, you are a twisted individual. Here's Xander. Oh, crash with a vending machine. They do say it kills, like, more people than sharks or something every year. People die by vending machines.
Should have learned by now. If you're gonna play with fire, you gotta expect sooner or later.
It's not great with the timing of his one-liners.
Selfless talk.
Oh, God, no! Oh, my God! Yeah, Buffy is fighting the end of the world and Xander's trying to take down this one zombie. Oh, God, these ghouls. Well, that answers that question.
Okay.
Yeah.
Boiler room.
Ah! Oh, God! Yeah, it's like a three-headed, like, slimy reptile monster. Yeah. It's gonna be the red wire or the blue wire, Xander. It's a moment of truth. Unless he takes the explosion and throws it in the Hellmouth?
Less than 2 minutes. Dumb guy.
But he doesn't know the Hellmouth's even open?
How hard can it be?
Some days you just can't get rid of a bomb.
I'm gonna carve you up and serve you with gravy.
Oh, that's disturbing.
I'm gonna break every one of your fingers.
You're gonna do all that in 49 seconds.
Bit of a time crunch. I mean, if you work efficiently.
Then you'll die too.
Yeah, looks like. So I guess the question.
What? Xander's like okay with
Who has
this?
less fear? I'm
Ah!
not afraid to die.
Game of chicken.
Little bits being swept up by a janitor dead, and I don't think you're ready for that.
Can't come back from that. Oh my god. Yeah, Xander's acting very cool and collected under these circumstances, which is not like him.
I like the quiet.
He's like facing his fear, and I mean, it's a big bluff, so against the dead guy, no less. Oh god, get him! I mean, the explosion would probably kill these things, 'cause it seems like it's right below the library. Ah, Yeah, who's willing to risk more? 10 seconds. Oh god. Well, I guess Xander won't die a virgin if this happens. Maybe that's why he's okay with it. Oh, 2 seconds left. Cheese and rice. Way to leave it down to the last. Leave it to the wire, literally.
Good boy.
Xander's like, and now I have pooped my pants. Yeah, Xander is rarely, like, calm and collected in the face of danger, so maybe he's grown. Maybe he's a little bit more confident in himself.
I'm not going anywhere, Harris. The first time you turn your back.
Ah! Oh, yeah, they kept the werewolf. Oh, my gosh. Well, see you later. Of all the people, though, Oz could attack as a werewolf. At least it was a dead guy already.
I'll never forget that thing's face. Its real face, I mean.
I'm guessing, yeah, they defeated it?
I don't know how you managed.
The binding spell must have worked.
How close it came to stopping. Never know what we did.
No, we'll never know either. We didn't get to see it.
Give me the quiet life. I'm gonna grab a snack. Anyone want? Oz?
Yeah, they're not gonna tell him? Oh my gosh.
Just cruising for bimbos again. Giving them lessons in lack of cool.
He's like, I know something you don't know. So that was my first time watching Buffy the Vampire Slayer Season 3, Episode 13. It was an interesting episode. It was all about Xander, which I don't think we've really seen before. Typically he's in the background, and usually even like the deep background. Like usually it's Willow and then Xander's storyline kind of comes into place. So it was very interesting to have this Xander focused episode. And at first I was like, I don't know how this is gonna go. Like, we don't know much about him. Obviously, the main focus being on Buffy, and like I said, even Giles or Willow. So it was very interesting to have just a Xander-focused episode. And I don't know if the writers were thinking, okay, we need to prove to the audience why Xander is here, because people are starting to question why he's even being involved in things. You know, he can't be the lovable screw-up for so long. Like, eventually people are going to be like, why is he still coming along? And especially with such dangerous missions. And even when they, have that first scene and we see Giles involved and they're taking everybody down, and then of course Xander's been hiding the whole time, and Buffy's like, okay, well maybe it'd be best if you stay out of things from now on. And I don't think Buffy meant it in like a malicious way. I think she meant it as like, I don't have time to be worried about your safety. I have enough stuff going on, so if you're not involved, then I know you're safe and I can just focus on the task at hand instead of having to worry about these demons and vampires and all these things, and then also make sure Xander's not getting himself into more trouble. So I felt bad because it definitely felt like he was being excluded, and then we see him make this own group that are just using him. So that also wasn't a great situation for him, obviously, with these zombies that have risen from the dead are now exploiting him because he has a car, and they take him to buy cake supplies. It was definitely an interesting episode for Xander. I feel like that ending scene with him and the bully and the bomb, and just he did not look scared at all, and that's usually not his state. His like first reaction, is fear, like fight or flight. He's flight. So he looked so calm and collected and didn't seem concerned at all. Whether he was panicking internally or not, I don't know, but especially facing off against somebody who's already dead, like if it's two humans, they value their lives the same, but this dead guy, like how does he value life? And even when Xander phrased it like, it'll be a lot harder for you to come back to life, in a trillion little pieces basically if we get blown up. So he played it that way. But again, yeah, like I can't imagine what would have happened if that bomb would have went off and they would have killed off Xander. He's still an important part of the group, even if we don't get to see his strengths very often. I think that's what they were trying to showcase, is that he does have value, even if he's not a werewolf or a witch or a vampire slayer. When they phrased it that way, it was kind of like, oh, you're right, like he is just a regular person in that sense. Like he doesn't have a supernatural skill. That doesn't mean he doesn't add value, and like I said, maybe that's what they were trying to showcase. I definitely feel like Xander feels more confident in his abilities, and obviously after him and Faith, I don't know what played into it more, like facing up with these bullies or having that interaction with Faith. We saw them sleep together, and I feel like that was Xander's first time. I feel like that was him losing his virginity, and Faith, you know, sends him on his way after. And just that scene with him and Cordelia at the end when she's coming up to him and berating him as usual, and he's just got this big goofy smile on his face like, I know something you don't know and you don't know what's happened. And yeah, so maybe that helped his confidence a little bit too. If you compare the scene at the end to the scene with the knife what we saw with the bully, and Xander's just petrified and can't really, you know, get his way out of it and is just instantly scared and would need to be rescued. And I feel like maybe going forward Xander won't need to be rescued so much, and he'll be able to stand up for himself and kind of be a little bit more sure of himself. And because even he's going around, he's like, oh, you know, normally I would ask Giles about this, but because he wasn't involved with the gang and their activities, he kind of had to figure things out on his own, and maybe being left to his own devices, he had to solve these problems and couldn't rely on anybody else. And maybe that helped him be more confident as well, when normally he's like, oh, I would ask Giles about this. And even when he sees Willow in the streets and she hugs him and doesn't mention anything about the Hellmouth or this apocalypse, doesn't warn him at all, or maybe she thinks it just would have sent him into a panic, so she doesn't say anything and gives him a hug and hopes that they'll be able to figure it out and that she won't need to mention it because it won't happen. And it was definitely interesting to deny the audience seeing them defeat the Hellmouth monster. We saw them battle it, but very briefly, and kind of only when Xander walked by, or like just these brief glimpses of that three-headed monster thing. But we didn't really get that satisfying moment of them defeating the monster and, you know, being victorious, and then just cuts to them at the picnic table outside being like, no one will ever know. It's like, well, we didn't even know. We were caught up in Xander's storyline and this bomb and seeing what his character was going to do. And Willow had mentioned a binding spell, so I'm guessing that would work. I felt like I was missing out on an inside joke when they're like, oh, Giles, can't believe what you did there, and like, oh, Willow, like, just like all these things where you're like, what happened, what did they do? Like, we didn't really get to see much of that, so it was interesting to deny the audience. Usually that's our main big finale, as we see, you know, Buffy defeat the monster with the gang. So yeah, it was interesting to have us not see that. And I feel like we've seen the Hellmouth open before in season 1, or maybe season 2 with the prophecy and the master, I believe. That's what he's going to do. He's going to open the Hellmouth. But yeah, so it was interesting to see that come back again, and I'm curious to see if that will come back into play in later seasons. But you know, this end of the world scenario we've seen, I feel like it kind of loses its punch after a while, so I hope they don't overplay it, but I guess we will see. We got to see Oz transform in this episode, which we've seen a few times before, and they take him out of the library cage. They have to tranquilize him and put him in the basement, and then of course we see when, you know, this bully is like threatening Xander. He's like, I'll be after you, Harris, and then, you know, opens the door, and then Oz lurches out. I like the little subtle nods of Oz the next day being like, oh, you know, I'm quite full, and like Xander's still volunteering to get snacks. And, you know, even if that is his role, like, that's still an important role. Like, I don't think you should underestimate any of the players in the Scooby Gang, whether Xander is the one, you know, physically putting the stake through the vampire, or he's just being that person, being that reliable person that they can always count on, whether it's for a ride or for snacks or whatever that they need. I think maybe Xander felt that that wasn't as important, and maybe even the audience, like as a viewer, felt like that wasn't as important role because he's not physically doing, you know, taking out demons or anything like that. But hopefully he still feels valued in that role, and compared to the other friends he was making, I know hopefully he feels like this is a better fit for him and doesn't try and start hanging out with people bringing up the dead again. It was nice to see Faith back in this episode. I wish she would be in more episodes, but I guess we will see as the season goes on. But I don't feel like her and Xander will continue seeing each other romantically. Who knows? But yeah, I was not expecting the two of them to ever sleep together. I don't think Xander is Faith's type. I don't know, but yeah, it was very interesting. And she's mentioned before that after fighting she feel certain way, and I think Xander just happened to be there and that's why it's happened. But yeah, it was very interesting. I never would have thought the two of them would get together in a million years, and I don't know if either one will tell anybody about it. So yeah, I'm very curious to see what will happen and how much time they will spend with each other going forward. We definitely saw Xander struggling with his identity in this episode and trying to to find like a thing. You know, he's like, everybody has their thing. What's my thing? And I feel like that's something people go through, especially during your teenage years, like trying to find your path or what you're passionate about and what you want to pursue in life. I don't know if he'll continue to try and be a car guy. Like when he's on that date, he didn't seem like he really had anything to contribute. He just really liked that cool car, and it definitely was cool, but I don't know if he'll get to keep using it in further episodes, or if in, you know, the next episode he'll be into something completely different. I feel like that's a very relatable storyline, you know, trying to figure out who you are and, you know, comparing yourself to others and being like, okay, well, they have this and what am I gonna do, and trying to find your way in the world. So he may not have a supernatural skill, but I hope he still feels like he has something to contribute to the group. I could definitely do with less bad jokes and less, you know, condescending tones, but I don't know that they would be the same without him. There were some cute moments between Angel and Buffy, and like this very intense, you know, end of the world situation, which they seem to thrive on. And, you know, he's like, I can't lose you again. He's like, you know, even if I die, I'll still love you. And just these big outpouring of emotions. And, you know, Buffy tells him not to talk like that. And I'm glad nothing happened. It seems like Angel was injured, but that he'll be okay. Again, we didn't get to see that. So yeah, it was very interesting to have that piece missing. It definitely feels like Buffy and Angel are growing closer and closer together. So, but they can't really do anything. It's just like this constant pain and struggle for them always. Like they can't be together, but they want to be together so badly, and just going nowhere. Like you're just stuck on this loop basically of, I want to do this, but I can't do this because that'll mean you'd lose your soul. So yeah, I'm very curious to see if that's going to be the same situation for the next, you know, couple seasons, if they're just going to be constantly fighting this need to be together and wanting to be together, but knowing they can't, or if they will eventually give in and sleep together and then Angel loses his soul again. I don't know what that's going to look like, or if there'll be some twist and like the curse won't have that side effect anymore. I don't know, but it's very painful to watch them together just because you can tell how much they care about each other, but the fact that they can't be together and just can't be apart also, it's just, the show definitely loves to play with feelings and emotions and toy with people's heartstrings, and no one ever seems to be happy for very long. Overall, I enjoyed it. I thought it was an interesting episode to focus on Xander. I kind of had my doubts at the beginning. It's like, where's this gonna go? I do wish we would have seen Buffy take out this Hellmouth monster, because I think that would have been cool, and just everybody's parts in that, but I understand why we needed to focus on Xander, because we haven't really ever done that. So yeah, it was interesting to learn more about him, and hopefully he'll feel more confident helping the gang conquer monsters and feel more confident and secure as a person and as his role within the gang. And like I said, even if it is just to get snacks and to help the team when they need it, I think it showed a lot of character growth to show Xander overcoming his fear at the end and to be more calm and collected, and hopefully he will bring that same kind of level-headedness to the gang when they're defeating monsters. But yeah, I'm very curious to see if we will ever have another episode that's solely focused on Xander and Buffy and the gang are kind of in the background. Definitely a flip there. But thank you so much for sharing in this first time watching with me. If you have any other suggestions for TV shows you think I should watch, please comment below. And as always, please like, comment, and subscribe to this channel, and check back often for more awesome content. What's a Zeppo? They put up towels for his bits. Someone's got to get the coffee and donuts. It's a very important role. The snacks. They lure you in with treats. Oh, great. They're just driving around in his vintage car, bringing back all these zombies. Pick up girls at Taco Bell. He has to stop calling it just crime. Decapitate him with a mailbox. I also went to a hardware store for cake supplies.